Okay, so like everyone who uses the internet, I have questions about the internet.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And most of my questions are about how people make money on it.
Yeah.
Like, how is the internet real?
Ah,
You know,
right,
like,
yeah.
how do people actually make money? I mean, I know people make money on the internet, but like,
Yeah.
it's the internet.
Yeah, it's a very much a how question.
It's a how, exactly.
Like, I get the what, it's the
Of course.
how
No.
that I find really fascinating about it.
That's what we're diving into today.
Yes.
We are looking at an article called Weirdest Ways People Have Made Money Online,
Okay.
which, I mean, that's the whole thing.
Right.
It's the internet, and it's weird.
It is weird.
And it's how people make money on it.
That's the thing. And it's like a lot of the time, the things that we consider to be the ways people make money online are things that 10 years ago we couldn't even have considered.
We wouldn't even know it's true.
Like being a social media influencer was
Right.
not a thing.
Right.
20 years ago, the internet barely existed.
Right, exactly.
And so it's changed rapidly.
I thought maybe we could play a little game with some of these just
Yeah.
because they're so bizarre.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see, or hear rather, your take on if these are real or not.
Okay.
So basically, I will give you a very, very brief
Right.
description of one of these ways to make money,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to tell me
Real or fake?
if it's real, if it's fake.
Yeah. Got it.
So the first one is someone is selling virtual mentors. So basically, you pay for the idea of someone successful cheering you on, but there's no interaction.
Wow.
Real or fake?
That's oddly specific. And knowing the internet, it could go either way. I'm going to say real.
It is real.
Wow.
People are paying for this intangible. Like,
Oh,
just the idea
that's
of...
it's like a, what do they call that? It's like a sugar daddy, but
Right.
motivational.
Motivational sugar daddy.
Yeah, there you go. There's your next thing.
But it's like, what does that do for people?
I think it's the idea, right? Like somebody believes in me.
Right.
Even if that belief is completely manufactured, not real. Like there's a sense of somebody's rooting for me out there,
Right.
And I
Yeah.
think in a weird way, that's comforting to people.
That is really strange, but I mean, I guess I kind of get it.
Yeah. It's like, it's like having a little,
That's like a placebo.
a placebo.
It's like a mental placebo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like like I said, somebody's rooting for you out there in the world.
Okay, so that one was real. Ready for another one?
Give me, yeah.
Someone claims they're making a killing renting out their forehead as ad space for temporary tattoos.
Oh, come on.
Real or fake?
That has to be fake. Like, who would, agree to that?
It is real.
Right.
This guy basically turned his forehead into a walking billboard.
No.
He really did.
Oh, my God. How much you think he makes doing that? Like, that's,
I'd-
out of curiosity, I kind of want to know,
All right.
what's the going rate for forehead advertising?
Well, it probably depends on,
Yeah.
how long and how big and...
God, where are you going?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
Are you going to beat the Super Bowl with this thing?
Right.
I don't know.
It's wild.
It's wild.
It's really wild.
But you know what? Like we were saying before, it speaks to this whole idea of the internet age.
Hmm.
And what are the limits, right? How far can you push this? And clearly, the line is still being figured out.
So true. So true.
Because if this guy can make money renting out his forehead for advertising, what can't you do?
Yeah.
You know?
And it really makes you think about, what is next?
Exactly.
What are the things that people haven't thought of yet?
Right.
It's just, it's so strange to me.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that this article really does well, is it really does make you think about those things of the why and then what's next,
Yeah, it's this strange blend of okay, there's some humor in here, right?
Yeah.
We're laughing at some of the stuff, but also there's a part of me that's like, man, I wish I'd thought of that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Because it's like people are being so creative and so weird with it
Right.
that it's like, why didn't I think of that? No, I could rent out my forehead. Why not?
Yeah, it's interesting too because it speaks to this idea of scarcity, right? In the digital world, everything can be duplicated.
Right.
So what's scarce?
Yeah.
Well, your forehead's actually kind of scarce.
Right. I've only got one.
You've only got one of those,
Ah.
And that's in a weird way, that's valuable now.
That is so strange.
It is strange.
It is so strange, but it's also kind of brilliant when you think about it because, like you said, the internet is so oversaturated
Yes.
that it's like, what is unique and what can you sell that's unique? And sometimes it's your forehead. apparently.
It is. Sometimes it is your forehead.
That's so wild.
Hmm.
Well, anything else to add to this very strange and kind of wonderful world?
It is a strange and kind of wonderful world, I think is the best way to put it, honestly.
It really is.
Yeah,
It's so bizarre.
it's true.
But it is kind of great in a way.
It's inspiring in a way, too,
Uh-huh.
right? It makes you think, like, what's out there,
Okay.
you know? What weird thing have I not thought of yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe there's a way to capitalize on it.
Right.
Who knows?
So, to everyone listening, next time you're scrolling through the internet, just think about
Yeah.
the weird stuff that you could maybe be doing to make money.
Exactly, you know? Get creative.
Yeah,
Think outside the box.
because your forehead.
Could be the next big thing.
Could be, who knows?
All right, well, that was weird.
It was weird.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into something else very strange.
Sounds like a plan.
See you then.
See you then.